I wanted to start today off with a wonderful quote. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. What a powerful, amazing quote. How insightful with those few words. Hi, Awakened One. This is Rainy Maida Chang, spiritual teacher, ascension guide, Akashic record consultant, and energy healer. I want to talk about self-love and self-esteem today and self-care. What an amazing, inspirational, and powerful statement. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Being on a spiritual awakening journey is a really beautiful process. One of the most important things about being on a spiritual awakening journey is to have and work on your self-love. That is a very, very vital component to being on this path and having ascension occur in your life. And it's something I keep hearing a lot for clients for many, many years. And I myself have contended with it. My mentors, my teachers, it is something very common that many of us souls have to go through. Now, self-love is not just taking care of what you look like and being proud of where you are, but it's deeper. So yes, if you get your hair done and you work out and you eat healthy and all those things, that's important. But it's not just about the external, it's about the internal, about loving yourself fully. It's about gaining appreciation for who you are on the inside and the outside. And it's about giving yourself support for your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual benefits for your own sense of self. The basis of your self-love and self-esteem stem from your childhood, stem from your past. If there were any traumatic experiences or experiences where you were told you weren't good enough and you were not smart or pretty or funny or strong or whatever it is, that becomes the foundation of who you are and who you grow to be. So any experience that happened in your past, or anytime someone taught you to not love yourself or that you weren't good enough, becomes that inner running dialogue that you hold within yourself. And it constantly runs all the time. And you find that when you're in situations unbeknownst to yourself, you're running that tape all the time. And fast forward to when you're an adult, that is the basis, the foundation, the deep, deep, deep wounds and roots of who you believe you are. I want to say, don't worry, because that's something you can heal and you can work through. But to be aware of knowing, okay, that's what happened in my past, and now I'm going to work on healing it so that I don't have to go forward in the future with that perception of who I am, because I am wonderful, and self-love is very, very important. So it's important for you to work through that. It's important to know that self-love is not arrogance. It's not about thinking you're the best and, oh my gosh, look at me, la-di-da. But it's about loving every single bit about you, every ounce, every imperfection, every characteristic, every flaw, because everything about you is beautiful. And you may not see it that way at this moment, but it is something that you are going to work through to love. So let's talk about some tips and some things that you can do right away, right out the gate. We're doing it, guys. You can talk to your inner child and you can work with him or her and help you heal anything that's happened in the past, any experiences where you were told you weren't good enough, smart enough, pretty enough. So what you want to do is you want to close your eyes. You want to imagine the situation. You want to go in and talk to your inner child. And you want to tell them what they wanted to hear in that moment in time. So for example, if someone was making fun of you and you were feeling really bad, as an adult, you're going in your current self and your present self, and you're going to go in and see and find your little inner child, and you're going to say, I love you, and hug them. And say, I'm sorry that those kids are making fun of you, but you are beautiful and you are smart, and say whatever you want to say to that inner child that's going to make them feel better in that moment, what they need to hear. And then remind them that this moment is just a moment, and give them the love that they need, and tell them how much that it does not matter in the big grand scheme of things. It's a lesson to learn. Because remember, these are all lessons that we asked for our souls to go through, this self-love component, so that we can love ourselves, so we can heal and release and work through these lessons, so that then we can give love to others and we can shine love. So go in and talk to your inner child. And then when you're done, you're going to hug them and you're going to send them on their way. And you're going to ensure that they feel that joy and that they know that they are loved. And that is really a powerful thing you can do, because you can heal your own self in some of those places and spaces, those deep, deep wounds that you may not been aware of, that really still are affecting you in this moment. And let me tell you something, you still your mind and you close your eyes and you ask the universe to show you a memory, or a memory is just going to pop up and you're going to say to yourself, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about that. And that is the memory that could be the root of where this all began. So you want to go in and love on your inner child and let them know that they are loved, and it is not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. Another thing you can do is some energy tapping. You're going to take 2 fingers and gently tap on your heart chakra, which is at the center of your chest, where this is the central area where love is invited and received here, and where we give love. So if you had an experience in your childhood where you were told you weren't good enough or smart enough or pretty enough or whatever it is, it's going to affect your heart, and it's going to affect your sense of self and your self-esteem. So you want to do some tapping. And what it looks like is this. You're going to close your eyes and you're going to tap on your heart chakra, and you're going to say, I now release, uncreate, delete, and destory any places and spaces in my body where I'm holding low self-esteem, low self-love, low confidence, not loving myself throughout all time, space, dimension, and reality. And you're going to continue to tap, and you might have new ideas that come up, things that you may not have realized that are holding you back, like I now release, uncreate, delete, and destory any places and spaces in my body where I don't love myself, where I believed what everyone said about me, where I didn't think I was good enough. Whatever comes in through your mind, you want to tap on your heart chakra and you want to say it out loud, and you want to release it, because that is stuck in your body, in your system. And we don't want to hold on to it anymore. We don't need to. Okay, so you tap until you stop hearing things, and then you're going to start to feel better. You're going to take some deep breaths and you're going to feel lighter, because as you release all of this throughout all time, space, dimension, and reality, you're clearing away some of those deep, deep wounds. And right after, you can activate and claim. So you can continue to tap on your heart chakra and say, I now activate and claim self-love, self-confidence, self-care, self-esteem. I now activate and claim that I love myself unconditionally, all the good and the bad. I love myself through thick and thin, and I'm proud to be me. Whatever it is you want to activate and claim, you want to activate and claim. And look at Mother Nature. I don't know if you guys can hear, but I'm hearing the thunder from the universe saying, yes, Renu, yes. So you want to love yourself. And by releasing all these things that you may or may not have realized you were holding in your body, it will really feel powerful, like the thundering of the universe telling you, yes, my friend. The next thing you want to do is not be so hard on yourself. We are all human, and we all come down here to learn our lessons. So you don't want to be so hard on yourself with whatever you're struggling with. You as a soul came down and determined what you would look like, and what struggles and trials and trivialities you would have to go through, what lessons you were to learn. So you chose what you're going to look like. And if there is a ailment or a physical characteristic about yourself that you don't like, you want to look at it and you want to love on it. You want to send it love. and you want to say thank you because that makes me unique to me. Now, it might seem really easy, and it can be easy, but you have to do the work around it. You've got to love yourself. And I'm going to share a story with you guys because that was something that I had to do on my spiritual awakening path, which is I had to really look at myself and love all the parts about me. My nose. I have a very traditional Indian nose, and it is a representation of my genes, of who I am, and of my family and of my ancestors. Now, that is me in this moment in time. Rewind to when I was younger, I definitely didn't see it in that way. And people made fun of me and called me all names and were really rude. And it affected my self esteem and my self love. And there were many moments in my life where I wanted to do something about it. But I eventually came to love this part about me so much so, look, I adorn it with jewelry, right? But I had to go through that and realize my physical appearance is not what people love about me. They love me for me, and they love me because I love myself. And I went through a lot of healing and a lot of growth and a lot of learning about that. I chose this being, I chose this physical vehicle, I chose what I was going to look like. And I realized that this nose, it is wonderful. I can smell things. I am aware of beautiful scents that bring me memories from my past and just enlighten my soul. And it gives me awareness of things I don't like. And it's just a very important part of my being. And it is a function. And then when I realized that it's just a part of me, the whole encompassing of me, I am not my nose and my nose is not me. It really allowed the layers of self deprecation and anger and frustration to really wash away. And you can learn to love yourself because you are beautiful and you are lovely and you deserve love. So I went through all of that and I am grateful, which is another thing I want to point out is to be grateful for those moments you had from your youth because they brought you to this moment. All those people that teased me and made fun of me and really made me question myself. And those were some dark days, I'm not going to lie. But I had to go through those dark days to get to this moment, to be able to love myself and be proud of who I am. So remember that we're all human, and I don't have any judgment towards those people that made fun of me because those people, they are contending with, they have to contend with, and that's their journey and their lessons. And I'm not going to judge them for making fun of me because I have no idea what their lessons are and what they need to go through. And it is okay because that brought revelations and realizations for me to know that I need to love myself. And I cannot base my life based on what other people think of me, because then we're constantly looking to others to help build us up. And that is not what life is all about. It's about us building ourselves up. Another thing to remember is to forgive yourself. You are human, and it's okay that you made mistakes. Realize that that was a part of your journey and that it's okay. Another part of being on a spiritual awakening journey and having self love and self esteem is to listen to what you want. Listen to what fills your heart up, what fills your cup up. If people are telling you, oh, do this and oh, do that, okay, that's very nice and great. But you want to listen to what makes you happy and you want to do what fills you up. So, for example, if your friends are saying, hey, come to the party Friday night, it's going to be great, it's awesome. That's awesome. But think about what makes you happy. If you've had a rough week and you're exhausted, and just thinking about laying on the couch and ordering pizza and sitting there and just relaxing and watching TGIF, I don't even know if that exists anymore, but watching TV and just chilling, and that fills you up, do that. If going to the party is really going to make you feel really great because you can have socialization and seeing people, then do that. But do what makes you happy and don't do things for other people because that is how you don't find joy. You don't fill yourself up. Acting on your own needs is a form of self-love. And that's very important. Listening to your heart and doing what you want to do brings joy to you. Love yourself and be kind to yourself. Be aware of how you are talking to yourself. What self-talk you are running. What's that tape that you're constantly running in the back of your mind? Be aware of it. Is it nice? Is it kind? Would you ever dare to talk to someone out in the world the way you talk to yourself? Be aware of it. And if it's not how you would talk to anybody else in the world, then you need to stop and be aware that, oh my gosh, I am so unkind to myself, and start to work on catching yourself when you're being unkind and listening to those tapes that are running and working through doing some energy tapping, talking to your inner child and saying, no, I'm not going to look at that at myself. I'm going to look at the other side, because you want to love yourself and be kind. It is very important to also make sure that on your daily existence, in your daily lives, you take time for yourself. Self-care doesn't have to be hours and hours and hours. And listen, if you've got hours and hours and hours, good for you. But it could just be 10 minutes, a half an hour of time where you dedicate to yourself. Maybe you want to go for a walk. Maybe you want to sit in nature. Maybe you want to read a book, take a bath, or just be still and meditate. Whatever you do that will fill your cup up and bring you joy, you want to make sure you do that on a daily basis. If you don't fill your own cup up, how are you going to fill up others, right? We're so busy in our lives taking care of everyone around us, doing all these different things, that we leave ourselves in the dust. And that's not going to help people, because eventually one day you're going to be ragged and haggard and being frustrated, and you're not going to know what to do. But I promise you, if you put a timer on your cell phone for 10 minutes and you just say, hey guys, this is my time, this is for me, and you start small, 10 minutes, and you just do whatever you want to do. But make sure that you do it daily, and make sure you make yourself a priority, because that self-care is vital, again, for your self-love and for your self-esteem, and to remind yourself that, yes, you do deserve love, and it is important to do things that make you happy. And live honestly. Remember to do things that make you happy and not do it for other people, right? Remembering that what your wants and needs are may not be the same as others. And that's okay, because you are unique and you are wonderful, and you want to fill your own self up. So if you go to the store and you really want to rock that green suit with the pink shirt, you rock it. Don't worry what anyone else says. Just do it because it makes you feel good. So it's about loving on yourself and doing things that make you feel happy and joyful and alive. And if you want to rock a green suit, I say go for it. And when you represent and you show up loving yourself 150% all the way through, it emanates out from your being. And then other people feel that joy and that love, and then they feel great about themselves because they are feeling and tapping into your energy. And speaking of energies, our energetic fields are 8 feet from our bodies. So if you are someone that takes on other people's energy, and someone is in the room and they have a lot of lower vibration emotions like anger and frustration and annoyance, and you are intermingling with their energetic field, you are going to feel that. So you can protect your energetic field. And if you want help with that, I have a great gift for you, a spiritual awakening kit. I'm putting it in the description box. There is a meditation that you can do, the golden ball of light, where you can protect your energetic field so that, yeah, when you walk into that room and you are emanating that joy and that power of presence and being here and loving yourself, you're not going to worry and feel about somebody else's energy seeping into yours, because your joy and your love is going to emanate and be bigger than theirs. And if they are in a lower vibration emotion, they are going to feel your positivity and your love, and they are going to have that seep into their own being. So you can protect yourself, and you can actually help emanate that to others. Because when you are loving yourself and you are giving that out into the world, you can make a difference and share love and joy and peace to others just by being you, just by loving you, like loving yourself. That is just a small, simple key to having a wonderful existence. It's by having self-love, which then helps your self-esteem and your self-care. Remember, Life is a journey. All the moments that you have lived have brought you to this moment right now, to here in the now, and they have made you who you are. So love on them and say thank you for bringing you to this moment as you stepped forward on your path of loving yourself. Because I love you and I am here for you. And this community of spiritual awakening souls is getting bigger and bigger. So continue to watch, to like, to share, to comment. I'd love to know where you are on your path and what you do for self-love. I'm sending you a lot of love, self-love, self-esteem, self-care, peace, and harmony. Bye for now.